Welcome to the Legal Lioness channel, where I provide legal commentary based on my 3 decades of legal experience. And today we're asking the question, is Kim Kardashian at risk of being sued for defamation by Meghan Markle? I will give you a quick rundown of the law and then explain the situation and then provide my legal analysis. So, defamation is made up of 2 different types, slander and libel, and people often think that slander relates to spoken word, which is correct. I've got some mosquitoes buzzing me. And libel people think is printed word. That's not quite correct. Libel can include spoken word, and that would be when the spoken word is on a video or a movie or a news broadcast or audio recording. Basically, libel is the thing where it's published and can be republished and reheard, whereas slander is a spoken word where somebody just blurts it out or says it and it's not recorded in any way. So that's the 2 difference. Doesn't matter. Defamation, basically saying something to lower somebody else in the esteem of other people, and often there's a component of damages. There can be a component of actual damages or potential damages, and that's often to do with somebody's reputation or their income. Where the person is a public figure, like Meghan Markle, then that threshold for what would constitute defamatory statements is much higher. And so, and you have to prove, she would have to prove that Kim Kardashian deliberately intended for her statements to be defamatory, to basically ruin or bring down Meghan's reputation. So the situation is, we all know, Harry and Meghan went to Kris Jenner's 70th birthday bash, and there were some rather unfortunate photographs that got published by Kim Kardashian on her social media afterwards, and the photos were not up for very long. These are unfortunate photos of Meghan and Harry, and then they were taken down. And there were some press releases from Harry and Meghan's camp saying, oh, Kim put them up in contradiction or contravention of a release for, basically, Meghan's camp was saying that they had to sign a release to say whether or not they wanted the photographs to be put on social media, and they ticked the box to say they did not want the photographs to be put on social media. Straight away there was a clapback from Kim Kardashian's camp saying, nonsense, there was no such form. You come to the Kardashian birthday bash, you're going to expect some kind of social media presence. In any event, the photographs got taken down very quickly, and now Kim Kardashian with her sister have both come out and said, actually, before they post the photographs, they actually get approval, because they sit there, they choose which ones they think are the best, and one of them said that the photographs were cute photographs, which I think that's objectively not the case, especially that one of Harry looking really sloshed and staring at Kris Jenner's chest area, shall we say, delicately. Anyway, it's not to do with the content of the photos. The question is now that Kim Kardashian and her sister have come out and said, oh, we actually had full-on permission to put these up, basically contradicting what Meghan Markle said, basically calling Meghan Markle a liar, saying that when Meghan Markle said they didn't have permission to post them, would that constitute defamation? Now, in the ordinary course of events, publicly calling somebody a liar might well amount to defamation. And obviously, when you've got people as powerful as the Kardashians doing it, the effect could be amplified. However, in this situation, I do believe that Kim and Khloe are sufficiently fighting the mosquitoes here. They are sufficiently media savvy and business savvy to make sure that they've got receipts. So if they say that they sought approval for which photographs were going to be published, then they will have receipts of that. They're not going to go and say that if they don't have receipts of that. And there's two people coming up with the same story. And it's interesting because if they were getting actual permission from Meghan Markle to put up those actual photographs, does that tell you something about this trio of ladies and them choosing the cute photo of Harry ogling Kris Jenner? It was very unflattering for Harry. So next time I'm going to put bug spray on. Yeah, so I don't think the Kardashians are at any risk of being sued for defamation from Meghan Markle. And yeah, more interesting to me is, did Meghan Markle have some kind of a scheme going with the Kardashians to put up a very unflattering photograph of Harry? I wonder if that was some kind of a signal to the royal family. Look, Harry is looking worse for the wear. He needs help. He needs money. I don't know. That's speculation. That's speculation, not legal analysis. The legal analysis is Kim. Yeah, she's savvy enough not to do something that's going to get her in that kind of hot water. And in fact, she probably would welcome a litigation case against her, because that would just raise her profile all over again. And yeah, I don't think Meghan could bring a case, but I don't think she would win. And I had a question on one of my videos the other day saying, oh, if somebody brings a case and it's not a winnable case, isn't that fraud? Well, no, it's not fraud, because there are two sides to every case. And, you know, sometimes a case that you think is winnable ends up not being winnable. So people are entitled to bring a case. But if it's a frivolous case, they bring it for absolutely no reason, the court will shut it down quite soon, quite early in the piece. But you certainly are entitled to bring a case. And if you brought a case on very weak grounds, you might get a higher costs order against you if you brought a case that's fairly weak, or the judge might strike it out at an early stage. Anyway, you have a fantastic day and keep safe wherever you are.